So you got, say, a 6 or 7 or 8-year-old child who's not potty trained, and at 2 or 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning they fill their diaper. Well, you assume that's pretty uncomfortable, so they take it off. Pretty soon, pretty soon it's all over them. It's all over the bed. In short order, it's all over me. It's all over her. I'm snapping at her. She's snapping at me. We're both snapping at the kid, who is the only innocent party in the whole scenario. And the one thing that's conspicuously absent from that scenario is anybody who told you that shot was safe. They were all asleep in their bed. They haven't got a problem in the world.
They can argue with families that your child, because it might be a single child, was genetic. They can try and put that back on the family and say somehow your genes are weak. But with us having 2 boys and 1 girl, they lose the argument with us, hands down. So we are the living proof that they're all lying.
If you can tell us who you are.
Brenda and David McDowell. Hi, how you doing? We have triplets. We have
look at that.
Triplets that are now 10.
They are. I literally got. They're 10 years old.
They're 10 now. That's
So
before
is
the
that
injury.
2 boys and a girl?
2 boys and a girl.
And their names. I've written their names on the bus, so I do know.
Richie, Robbie, and Claire, just as they are in that picture.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. Okay. All right. So let's talk about what happened.
Well, every day in our life was a party. Every single day they were holding hands and smiling and laughing and looking at each other, engaging in each other. And we brought them in at 9 months and 4 days we were doing 1 vaccine at a time. They were born 36 weeks, triplets, basically 5 pounds each.
Wow.
Yeah, we did well. They were well. Everything was well. They came home after a few days of being monitored in the NICU. And on June 25th, 2007, we brought them in for the pneumococcal shot.
So just that shot?
1 shot. And I went in, not with my husband, he was working. I went in with my nanny, and we went in at 10 a.m.
These are all 3?
All 3, yeah. And it was the last one on the page is the June 25th, 2007 was the shot that did it. And we went in at 10 a.m. for the shot. My daughter still has the mark on her leg from the shot. She was the first one to get it, and she screamed and never really stopped screaming after that. But we continued. We didn't know. We did the boys as well. By noon, Claire shut completely off. Claire, our daughter, shut off first. It was as if she was blind and deaf and complete failure to thrive, from super, super happy, smiley girl to, this is a picture of her. She had full-blown eye contact. She was super lovely, and she shut right down. And all she did at that moment was stare at the ceiling fan. So that was at noon. We had the shot at 10 a.m. 2 o'clock, we watched Richie shut off. All his raspberry blowing and mama dada and the furniture walking and everything, they just shut off. All the giggles, all the smiles. Again, failure to thrive. They lost all their reflexes. I'm an educational audiologist. I actually did the test for the stapedial reflex, which is a little muscle in the middle ear, just to see if a muscle they can't control was still working, and it didn't. The stapedial reflex dampens sound, so your ears don't hurt from a really loud sound, and both of them had no stapedial reflex. They stopped blinking, stopped yawning, stopped coughing, stopped sneezing. You could go towards their eyes and they wouldn't even nothing would faze them. They lost their startle reflex. I threw a telephone book on the floor behind them, and no startle. Nobody even looked to see what it was. So that was 2 o'clock. We watched Richie shut down, and I couldn't breathe. But here we go. The worst is when we saw the final one shut down. Sorry. There's Robbie. When we lost Robbie, Robbie looked like he was hit by a bus. Robbie, from that moment on, had a stunned look on his face. if you asked or said his name, he still acted deaf and acted like he couldn't hear, although they did have normal hearing. I had it all tested. But he lost his happiness. This is a first year picture? First birthday.
3 months after the shot.
3 months after the shot. They were no longer engaged in anything or anyone. They lost their smiles. They just were in their own little separate worlds. They never held hands again. They never looked at each other again. Sorry. Vaccine injury is real. We were told it was genetic. And then we were told by geneticists that there's no possible way 3 children would shut off on the same day. That was absolutely statistically impossible, especially being 2 boys and 1 girl. So we were also told we could not sue anyone. We were told we signed for that shot. No doctors could be sued. No vaccine manufacturers could be sued. We found out when they were 5.5 that there was a vaccine injury court. When I think we're all getting smartphones around then. That's when I had it at my pocket and started Googling everything. And they then told us that we were too late. They only had 3 years to apply. So we have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to recover them. The only person that we got back is Robbie, the one that was last to shut off.
We're making progress on all 3.
We are making progress. So we had severe autism spectrum disorder for all 3 kids entering kindergarten. That's how long that severe, even with all the therapies, interventions, you name it, we did it. We decided to go with the sunrise therapy, which was to try and find happiness in our day. And we have happy little people. They're not mean, they're not aggressive, they're very happy, and I attribute that to the sunrise therapy. But we still have a long ways to go. Richie can only say single, maybe 2 words together. He's in a lot of pain. He grinds his teeth. We're still working on it. Claire is still completely nonverbal, not potty trained. Richie's not fully potty trained. Robbie is now, and Robbie is approaching grade level, but severe OCD, and we're coming along. We just one day at a time. We actually had to go to Macomb Health Department to get our shots done because I did not have coverage for well baby coverage. So they said it would be a little cheaper because I'm doing 3. The nurse assured me over and over and over again that it would not harm them. It would not. I was so worried about that. And like you just said, where are they now? I did make a report the very next day. I called the nurse. I called Macomb. They wrote it all out, and they did not submit it. I found out later it was not sent in. We found out 7 years after we got the vaccine that it was contaminated, and it was pulled from the market a week to 2 weeks after we got the shot. So it was recalled for sterilization issues, and we found out they wouldn't tell us what was wrong with the shot. We found out from a friend who was a doctor, looked up the lot number of the actual shot, and found out that it had killed a 2-year-old, and they didn't want the public to know. So that was the actual shot and lot number that we got, and so I guess we're lucky that we didn't lose them. We could have lost all 3 on the same day completely, but they lie. The first doctor we saw told us to invest in a group home. I mean, seriously. The second, and then we were given a lovely bake up.
And wanted us to start up the vaccinations again.
Yep. And then the group of doctors we were with when this all happened gave us a breakup letter, and said, well, "Go ahead."
What happened is we woke up one morning and we had 3 happy, healthy 9-month-old children. By that evening, we took them for a vaccination. By that evening, they were autistic. What we said to our pediatrician is, we're not going to do anything. We're not going to do any more vaccinations until we know what happened here. What they said is, if you don't continue to do exactly what you did the day your children turned autistic, we're going to fire you from our practice. So
They broke up with us.
Oh,
They broke up.
They sent us
Thank
a
God.
lovely letter saying we were no longer welcome at their practice because we weren't going to continue well baby checks.
And that is the one decision that we'll never regret.
That's just, you know.
Okay, just so you know, these people on Periscope are deeply sorry for everything that you've been through. It's horrific. It's not okay. See these hearts here?
Oh.
Oh,
There
it's
you
so
go.
sweet.
They're saying now how sorry they are for you. You're not alone. Oh, look at that.
That's
See?
beautiful. Thank you. You're not alone. We're not
Sending
alone.
love.
Somehow, I don't know if I'm crazy, but I really believe in my heart that we're going to get them recovered because I knew they were so normal before.
See, this hugs. You may want to watch this back because they're just. Yeah. This is your new family, by the way.
That's
These
amazing.
people.
Look at them. Wow.
Yeah, these are people that have had the same experience
Yeah.
as you, so they're hurting with you.
We'll go home and get
They
Periscope.
didn't know what
Yes.
Periscope, guys. They had never heard of Periscope when I said we were going on Periscope. So they, I think, will be joining you guys.
Thank you for all the love. We
It's
really
still coming
appreciate
in,
that.
so you need
Thank
to come back
thank you.
and watch this. But
Okay.
we're truly, truly sorry
Thank you.
for your.
I know,
beautiful
and
children.
yours. Thank you for
And
leading the way.
Josh's son as well. It's,
Thank
it's
you.
Patrick's children. You know, it's
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere I go, I always bring up the conversation. Everywhere I go, I bring up the conversation and I ask people, and they can always name me a friend, a cousin, a relative of theirs. Everyone knows a child with autism now. So when will we stop this?
All right, so some people on here wanting to be your friend on Facebook or whatever
Okay.
it is. I don't know if you're up for that, but if
We
you,
don't. Again, we're '80s people, so we
well,
don't
okay,
really
let's get
do.
you- what we'll do, everybody, is they're going to join Periscope, so you will see
Okay.
them coming in on this
Thank
group.
you.
Okay.
What about Facebook? What's that? I'm sorry.
Oh, if you have a Facebook page, then they would go in.
We're together. Do you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
give it?
Yeah.
Dave,
Dave, Brenda, McDowell.
Dave, Brenda McDowell.
Yeah,
That's
so
us.
Dave,
And there's a picture of the
Brenda,
triplets.
McDowell, and there's a picture of the triplets there, so you'll know that's them. So
Thank you.
they're saying they love you.
Oh, it's the
You're
sweetest.
still getting all these hearts coming in.
We love you too.
love
All
you
right,
too.
so that's you guys united. Thank you for telling your story.
Oh,
I
no
wrote the
problem.
names on the bus. Let's go.
No
Should
problem.
we go out and quickly show everybody where the
Sure,
names
sure.
are?
It's right by the center of the red X.
Right. And we need to stay in contact. We
will,
have to,
I
all of
will.
us. And by coming on Periscope, you will be in contact
Okay, thank you.
with everybody. We had our bus clean this morning. So look at those clean steps.
We need paper towel to wipe the bus down before they write it because the dust.
Oh, because it's so dirty.
getting in.
Yeah. Okay, good job. There we go, people. Look. Richie, Robbie, and Claire. McDowell.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. And I don't know how you're hearing all these stories. Right?
Things will keep going, okay?
You know what though? There's a certain extent we're numb. We're a little bit numb because of what's happened. So a lot of times we just walk around doing our daily routine, but we realize we need to share our story.
Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you for having us. Okay.
All right, guys.
All
We'll
right,
see you
thank
soon. Are you coming later?
Yes.